When Doll's House was first performed, audiences were frankly shocked. And it really changed the way that people thought theater could be. People thought that women's choices in theater existed. And so when Henrik Ibsen wrote this play over 100 years ago, he really launched the world forward into the next stage of how we can think about who we are as people. I think Henrik Ibsen as a playwright is just one of the greats, right? One of the people that you study in school, that you learn so much about.
He's interesting to me because of the compelling women characters he was able to write at the time he was writing in, from the lens he was writing from. I've always been really impressed by the depth of compassion and critique he's able to bring to all of the characters that he writes, but especially women, which still feels like an accomplishment.
What's cool about Henrik Ibsen, he transitioned theater towards what we now know as naturalism and realism, bringing our real world experiences onto stage, so seeing life really reflected.
I think it's important we listen to these stories that have survived for a reason, that have become part of the theater that we watch for a reason, but then not just be complacent and do a dusty production of that work.
To have really beautifully complex, contradictory, messy, interesting women on stage. He's a master at that with Nora Helmer, with Hedda Gabler. He's got these incredible women characters. But he extends that same level of complexity and, like I said, compassion and critique and clarity to all of his characters. So he's able to tackle these really big ideas and themes, but in a way that is very human-centered and very intimate and very personal, I think, both for audience and for actor.
Suddenly audiences felt like, I'm in my living room. I recognize this room because there's the actual objects for actors to pick up. So proper chairs, the lighting was suddenly shifted.
It doesn't feel like you're getting clobbered over the head with a message. It feels like you're watching people live very beautiful and difficult lives in front of you, and your heart aches for them and your heart leaps for them and you want the best for them.
So that's what's cool about Henrik Ibsen. For the literary nerds here in the room coming to see our version of Ibsen.
It's very, very compelling drama, particularly on a stage.
Taking that shock and that excitement from the very first production of this play over 100 years ago, and then bringing it to audiences now who might be seeing this play for the first time or revisiting it after having seen many, many versions of this play. I'm just excited for folks to see how we decide to end this story, and the choices we make with these incredible actors as we tell this story anew.